I had some things in jars, and because they, like say, for nut, any kind of nuts, they have an oil in them, so you really can't. I don't think you can can them. I've never found anything like that. Uh, but if you leave them out in the jars, they can go rancid over time. So my best thought was to freeze them. So I have out my vacuum sealer, and so it looks like it has bar to seal the bags, and it sucks the air out of them. So that's what we were doing this morning. One of the things. And because they're going in the freezer, they don't need an oxygen absorber. Okay, put that in there. Push it down. Put it back in seal. Try to get the stuff as flat as you can because seal is hard to get. Now I like to add an extra seal, so I pull it out a little bit and I put an extra seal onto it. And now, like I said, it's as hard as a brick. I tried to make it as flat as I could to stack them in the freezer. And it's got a place on it where you write the date. I just write the year. I don't really think the month and the day really has a big impact. And pretty much when you freeze something, whether if it be nuts or meat, it's kind of frozen in time, so that prolongs it. With the vacuum seal, there should be get no moisture in there, so that's going to help keep it longer as well. Open your speaker, and I'll show you the other ones that I have. Like I said, just kind of smooth it out in the bag before you hit the vacuum seal. Sure all your lights are out before you open it up. And I'll hit the seal again. And I don't really like to have too much in the freezer because we do live in a hurricane area. Now this is like a mixture. It's got nuts, it's got raisins. In fact, it's almonds, I believe. Raisins. I think these little other white colored things are like an apple kind of thing. So it's the same. We'll put the stuff into the freezer. And these do have actually a stop button, so that if you see it's not vacuuming up like it should, you can stop it before the seal button comes on. So that one has raisins, so the sugar will pull out more. I think this has raisins and craisins, apple pieces, stuff like that into it. So I don't think there's any nuts in this one, but you know, the stuff still, even though it's dehydrated or dried, whatever, it still does have a lot of moisture. Watch the machine, you can tell when it switches from vacuum to seal. This one here I'm just sealing. And you can vacuum seal anything actually. I actually tobacco, when I get like, because sometimes I roll my cigarettes, so when I get the big bags of tobacco, I'll break it down into like these size bags, take the oxygen out, hopefully it'll keep the freshness well. And this one here too is craisins, raisins, and nuts. Yeah, I actually have some, I don't know if they're craisins or if they're cranberries. I actually have to check the bag. If they are craisins, then I will in fact vacuum seal them as well. And the vacuum went out. Now the seal went out. I'm actually having, it's not that hard to seal these, but I was bent over my toe repotting a couple of my plants, because we live in an apartment, so we have a small area to do that with. And because my garden is in my bathroom, so that it won't get hit by a hurricane, or else I would have it out on my balcony. But as I was bent over, my body slid a little bit. I felt a little crack or pop noise, and so I'm having a little bit of pain when I'm using my arms on this side. I don't know if I caught some ribs or whatever it was. So these are all packaged up. All I have to do is put the year on them. I kind of already know what they are. And like these here, they're visible. You know they're almonds. So So these are all set to go in the freezer. So I'm going to set these aside so I can show you a couple other things. Okay, now I told you I had other things here. You can also vacuum seal other foods. This here is red beans and rice with the spice in it, and the beans, and of course this is some kidney beans. The other thing, oh, and I also, actually I have a computer hard drive, and I didn't want any dust to get inside of it, so I actually vacuum sealed that as well. On your vacuum sealer, you have the canister, which is this here. You hook a vacuum hose up, and you can vacuum seal your canning jars. I find it's a little weak, so I got me a brake bleeder to use instead, but this button is for this here. This is your mode. They got normal and gentle. They got food. You got choices of dry or moist. Here's your vacuum sealer button that you push to vacuum seal. This is your seal button, and this is your stop. So if you see it's not suctioning right, you can stop it, readjust your bag before any of the seal heat comes on. So that's that. You can get vacuum seal bags, which is the ones I just used. This is the quart bags, which I need to pick up another one of now. These here are the gallon size bags. I think they're a little more than what they say, but the quart ones look quite big. But yeah, so you can see the size of the bag. It's pretty big for being a gallon. Then you have these. You can also buy them in a roll. It's a long roll. You cut it to the length you need it. Seal the end of it. Fill it up, and then seal the top. Really easy. And the good thing with the bags is if you have something really long, you don't have to worry about it because you can make it whatever length you need. So that's everything with the vacuum sealer. I hope you liked the video. If you did, please hit like and subscribe, and please share. Sharing is always important. And you have a blessed day. Thank you.